Shalom and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video. Anyways, I went back to the Old City today with some local friends, Tamara and Noor, and they showed me around the Muslim Quarter and we got to see some places where Jesus was. So take a look. Before we went into the Old City, we went into King Solomon's Quarries. And this is the place that we read about. 1 Kings 5 talks about how Solomon built the first temple, and it's believed that the rocks came from this quarry. So it was used to build the first temple and also the western wall. Then we entered the Old City through the Damascus Gate or Lion's Gate. And then of course had to try some local sweets.
So sweet. What they called it, awame in Arabic. Awame.
And of course we also had to have some fresh juice. Literally the best orange juice. Look at them just squeeze it. It's so good. I wish you guys could try it. Delicious. So there are two places disputed as to where Jesus died on the cross. We got to go to both of them. So this first one is a church where they believe Jesus first started carrying the cross. So this is probably where he was like whipped and beaten up. And then we walked the path where Jesus walked through the Old City. So this is the way that he walked. It was pretty far. And then we went to the church, believed to be the place where Jesus hung on the cross. And then we also saw the tomb where he would have been buried. Of the Holy Sepulchre. So this is where Jesus would have brought the cross, and this is where they believed he was nailed on the cross and killed. There was a ton of people. There was a huge church. walked inside, and we walked inside. Sorry, it took a while. So I'll just wait here. Well, you can read about this in Luke 23. It talks about Jesus dying on the cross, and then also Mark 15, Jesus' crucifixion. So there's that. Okay, so anyways, now we're in the church, and right in front of me, you can see where Jesus would have been on the cross, and then I would assume that the other two guys who were also on the cross would have been on each of the sides of him. So yeah, it was a huge, beautiful church. And right here would have been the cross. I think this is where it would have been. And then there was lots of people like kneeling down, bowing and praying. And then we walked over. So this is where the tomb, they believe, is. And there was a long line, so we didn't wait to get in. But there's the tomb. And that's maybe where Jesus was buried. But of course, he is no longer in there. So people can just go in and look around. Then of course we had another sweet break. This is kunafa, and this one I didn't like so much. It was like a sweet cheese with some type of sugary substance on top. It's Tamara's favorite, but I didn't really like it. So then we went to the garden tomb, which is another place where they believe that Jesus might have died on the cross. So this is the other option, and we walked around here. Right below there, right by the buses, is where they believe Jesus died on the cross. And this is believed to be Jesus' tomb, which, yes, is empty. And so I just wanted to add this because I thought it was interesting. So on the tour, they talked about the same place where Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac is the place where Jesus died on the cross. So I have my Bible in front of me. And at the end of the tour, this man who was from England came up to us and showed us his Bible, and he had highlighted some of the similarities between Genesis 22, the story of Abraham and Isaac, and then Mark 14 and 15, Mark 15, where Jesus was crucified. And so I just want to tell you about those because they are pretty cool. So Genesis 22 says, take your son, your only son, and that you love so much. And then in verse 4 it says, on the third day of your journey. So Jesus was dead for 3 days, and then he rose again. So just 3 days is similar. And then it says, so Abraham placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders, which Jesus was carrying the cross on his shoulders. Interesting parallel. And God will provide the sheep for the burnt offering. And, you know, the sheep was Jesus. And then it also talked about how Abraham looked up and the ram was caught in the thicket. And that is also interesting because, like, Jesus had thickets around the crown of thorns. And then also it says, on the mountain the Lord will be provided. On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. And so this is Mount Moriah that they're talking about, and this is where they believe that both of these stories happened. And this Jesus was the sacrifice, and he was provided to, like, wash away our sins. And so that's just interesting. And then, yeah, if we look in Mark 15, it just talks about, yeah, how Jesus, they used thorny branches to make a crown for his head. And, you know, they had him carry the cross. 3 days later, he resurrected. So it's just, like, similarities, which is cool to think that if both of these places happened at the same point, at the same place. So that was really interesting. I had a great day at the Old City. I love that it's so close and I can go there whenever I want to. I just want to say again, thank you for watching, and you can subscribe to my channel. I think it'll be over here, or you can watch one of my other videos if you haven't watched them. So, have a great day. Love ya. Bye.